Howdy out there, everyone. Today we're going to take a look at this Zavvi Collector's Edition Steelbook release of The Lost Boys, the 4K Blu-ray release. This particular set that was made is really good. It's stunning. In fact, how everything across the board. The packaging, of course, is the first thing that comes to mind. This hard bookcase, little vampire fangs, the boardwalk down below. We've got some lobby cards and I believe the official movie poster in here. It comes with a comic and of course the Blu-ray disc, which is on steelbook, which is sharp. Reading maggots, Michael, how do they taste? Classic line. It's amazing when you think about how few lines Kiefer actually had in the film, and yet you couldn't take your eyes off of him. He was clearly the most magnetic, dynamic actor on screen, and I think it really showed just how good he would become as an actor. I mean, it was basically his real coming out party. I mean, he had been in Stand By Me, I believe, and a couple other films and bit parts, but I thought he really just came into his own in this film. And of course he would later go on to work with Joel Schumacher again in Flatliners, which I believe Arrow Video has got a 4K Blu-ray release of that. Sadly though, the movie just doesn't really hold up. This film though, I gotta say that while I appreciate and enjoy Near Dark more from a standpoint of like a interesting vampire film, I can't help but you know, just ultimately The Lost Boys is just so fun. It's so entertaining, and I realize that it's partly a nostalgia trick it's playing on you because, you know, there are some things that don't totally hold up, but I think it's just such a moment in time zeitgeist kind of film that really captured the mood of the 80s in a way that few films did. I mean, people like to talk about Goonies and you know, other classic 80s films, but I would argue that The Lost Boys is about as 80s as you can get, and in a way that I think is a little more entertaining, at least for my sensibilities. And here, and I just want to again say that the picture quality and the audio quality are just stellar. I had the old Blu-ray release, and while it looked fine, it tended to stutter a little bit on my TV when I upgraded to a 4K. It would almost, there were moments in the film that just would stutter, and it looked soft in spots, and I think it maybe had a little bit too much DNR. This 4K release, the grain is intact. The colors are amazing. Joel Schumacher, of course, is a very good visual director, and his cinematographer on the film, Michael Chapman, he was a terrific cinematographer. He lensed Raging Bull, Taxi Driver, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 1978 remake with Donald Sutherland. I believe he also did Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. He's a talented guy. And then of course there's Kiefer. Arguably, he brought in the popularity of the mullet with this character. I think even he was saying when he showed up with this, he's like, this is either going to be just completely ridiculous and I'm going to be laughed at, or people are going to start having their hair done up like this. And I think it's a little bit of both. So on that note, I would just say that if you are a fan of the film, this release is just absolutely scrumptious. It sounds amazing too. The soundtrack, may I just also add that the soundtrack to this film is just timeless. You know, you've got, of course, I want to say his name is Tim Capello, the saxophonist, who was all lubed up on the beach and flexing and, you know, singing his heart out on the boardwalk scene. I mean, that's just such a crazy scene. I mean, why anyone would oil themselves up and put chains on them and play a saxophone. You know, I think the better question is why not? It's such an odd moment in the film, but it just works perfectly, and it encapsulates or sort of captures what the Lost Boys is really all about, which is just pure fun entertainment. So on that note, I do hope everyone out there is well. Please take care, stay safe, and keep watching good cinema.